The terms summary and abstract are often used interchangeably, resulting in some confusion. This problem arises because there are two distinct types of abstracts, descriptive and informative. The informative abstract is another name for summary, the descriptive is not. The descriptive abstract is usually only 2 or 3 sentences in length, hence it is not a summary or very informative.
Deaf children learning a sign language could certainly pursue the development of listening and spoken language skills if desired, and doing so would carry much less risk in knowing the child would have mastery in at least one language. If a child does not succeed in mastering either a spoken language or a sign language, we must then ask how much benefit the child derived from interventions in each language relative to the amount of time and resources dedicated to those interventions.
The slight decline in drug overdose deaths in 2018 coincides with Chinese regulations on the powerful opioid carfentanil, rather than the result of domestic U.S. efforts to curb the epidemic. A new analysis reveals what many, including President Donald Trump, perceived as a decline in overdose deaths in 2018 appears to be a return to the historic exponential curve.
European wildcats, thought to be extinct 50 or so years ago in the Jura Mountains, have since recolonized part of their former territory. This resurgence in an area occupied by domestic cats has gone hand in hand with genetic crosses between the two species. A team of biologists modeled the interactions between the two species to predict that hybridization will entail the irreversible genetic replacement of wildcats.
Using an X-ray laser, a research team has investigated how water heats up under extreme conditions. In the process, the scientists were able to observe water that remained liquid even at temperatures of more than 170 degrees Celsius. The investigation revealed an anomalous dynamic behavior of water, which is of fundamental importance for the analysis of sensitive samples using X-ray lasers.
Researchers have found a way to convert the aromatic substance vanillin into a redox active electrolyte material for liquid batteries. The technology is an important step towards ecologically sustainable energy storage.
University of Adelaide researchers have uncovered fundamental new information about the malting characteristics of barley grains. They say their finding could pave the way to more stable brewing processes or new malts for craft brewers. Published in the Nature publication Scientific Reports, the researchers discovered a new link between one of the key enzymes involved in malt production for brewing and a specific tissue layer within the barley grain.
The power of the sun. Wind and sea may soon combine to produce clean-burning hydrogen fuel, according to researchers. A team integrated water purification technology into a new proof-of-concept design for a seawater electrolyzer, which uses an electric current to split apart the hydrogen and oxygen in water molecules.
New research identifies a process that might have been key in producing the first organic molecules on Earth about 4 billion years ago, before the origin of life. The process, which is similar to what might have occurred in some ancient underwater hydrothermal vents, may also have relevance to the search for life elsewhere in the universe.
injury or disease that afflicts a relatively small number of brain cells causes a chain reaction that stops activity across a vast network of neural circuits, according to new research. The study may help to explain why people can suffer from temporary but severe loss of cognitive function in cases of traumatic brain injury or disease.
Researchers have discovered a brain molecule that functions as a thermometer for the presence of others in an animal's environment. Zebrafish feel the presence of others via mechanization and water movements, which turns the brain hormone on. Researchers have found a novel form of the Alzheimer's protein tau in the fluids surrounding the brain and spinal cord. This form of tau, known as Maber tau, indicates what stage of Alzheimer's a person is in and tracks with tangles of tau protein in the brain. The evidence for the harmful effects of alcohol on brain health is compelling, but now experts have pinpointed 3 key time periods in life when the effects of alcohol are likely to be at their greatest. A stretchable system that can harvest energy from human breathing and motion for use in wearable health monitoring devices may be possible, according to an international team of researchers.
Researchers used the Frontera supercomputer to model for the first time a black hole merger of 2 black holes with very different sizes 128:1. The research required 7 months of constant computation. The results predict the gravitational waves such a merger would produce, as well as characteristics of the resulting merged black hole.
A team has developed Smellicopter, an autonomous drone that uses a live antenna from a moth to navigate toward smells. Smellcopter can also sense and avoid obstacles as it travels through the air. Almost 200 years after French physicist Jean Peltier discovered that electric current flowing through the junction of two different metals could be used to produce a heating or cooling effect, researchers say it is time to step up efforts to find new materials for the thermoelectric cooling market.
Was burial of the dead practiced by Neanderthals, or is it an innovation specific to our species? Researchers have demonstrated, using a variety of criteria, that a Neanderthal child was buried probably around 41,000 years ago at the Pharisee site Dordogne, France.
with the help of newly discovered skulls and skeletons that were unearthed in North America, Brazil, Argentina, and Madagascar in recent years. Researchers have demonstrated that a group of dinosaur precursors, called Lagerptids, are the closest relatives of pterosaurs. A new study in mice finds that a high-fat diet allows cancer cells to act computing immune cells for fuel, impairing immune function and accelerating tumor growth. Cancer cells do so by rewiring their metabolisms to increase fat consumption. Blocking this rewiring enhances anti-tumor immunity. The findings suggest new strategies to target cancer metabolism and improve immunotherapy.
New research provides a solution for the century-and half-old puzzle of why capillary condensation, a fundamentally microscopic phenomenon involving a few molecular layers of water, can be described reasonably well using macroscopic equations and macroscopic characteristics of bulk water. Is it a coincidence or a hidden law of nature? compared to chimpanzees, our closest evolutionary cousins, humans are particularly prone to developing advanced carcinomas, the type of tumors that include prostate, breast, lung, and colorectal cancers, even in the absence of known risk factors, such as genetic predisposition or tobacco use. A recent study helps explain why.
New studies shed new light on how the brain encodes time and place into memories. The findings not only add to the body of fundamental research on memory, but could eventually provide the basis for new treatments to combat memory loss from conditions such as traumatic brain injury or Alzheimer's disease. Researchers have rebuilt a human thymus, an essential organ in the immune system, using human stem cells and a bioengineered scaffold. Their work is an important step towards being able to build artificial thymi which could be used as transplants. scientists have improved a promising battery technology, creating a single crystal, nickel-rich cathode that is hardier and more efficient than before. It's one step toward improved lithium-ion batteries that are common in electric vehicles today. Increasing nickel content in the cathode is on the drawing board of lithium-ion battery makers, largely because of its relatively low cost, wide availability, and low toxicity compared to other key battery materials, such as cobalt.